Hello, hello. Welcome. It has been a while, right? It's been a while. I've never been on YouTube before. That's not true. I used to be on YouTube quite a bit, but for the last 2+ years, I have been going live every week on Facebook on my business page there, which is also the Mojo Medium, coincidentally enough. And just recently, Facebook has decided to take down my videos. And what's really cool about this is I was already planning to start this channel. And I did. I started this channel. So welcome, welcome. I'm just dropping in to say hello and give you our first show. Now, I want this to be all slick, but I've had a lot of family stuff going on recently, and I just really have not had time yet to get in here and figure out how to edit it and make it look slick with little titles and all that stuff. So for now, it's just me and my beach, right? All right. Welcome. If you don't know me, I'm really glad to meet you. If you do know me, welcome back. I'm glad to see you again. My name is Susan Morrow Johnson, aka MoJo Medium. Yes, that's right. I go by MoJo. And it's not just a riff on my last name, which is Morrow Johnson. But mojo also means your essence. It's what makes you you. It's your talent. It's your luck. It is your destiny, even. And thanks to Austin Powers, it also means sex appeal, which is great and fine and fun. And we can tie that in as well. However, what I'm about is I started out as a psychic medium using my psychic medium gifts in service to others in 2005. And recently, since the Mojo nickname came around about 2.5, 3 years ago, and I started feeling something coming. Something new has been coming for quite a while. And then it started to get closer and it started to gel and it started to tingle and it started to work and turn into something. And finally, I got the message. I have a calling to expand my services and use more of my gifts in service to you. Now, don't confuse service with servitude because we are going to talk about that in Mojo My Life. All right? We're going to talk about you using your gifts in service to others. And you know, selfish is the new selfless. If we all did it, there would be perfect balance in the world and everyone would be happy. And for that matter, one of my favorite self quotes, this is from Mojo: every talent fulfilled and used in service to others blesses both the server and the served. So keep that in mind as we go through this. What is Mojo My Life all about? Well, this is a show where we're going to have a weekly show every week on a show here on YouTube with a weekly show every week. I just said week way too many times. So we're going to do a show, and each show will have 4 or 5 segments. Now, today we're just going to have, I think we're going to have 3 segments, okay, besides this introduction. And then we may have 4 or 5 each week, like I said. Different topics, mostly about woo-woo stuff, stories of my work as a psychic medium, stories about you being read for or giving readings, angel card readings, that sort of thing. We're also going to talk a lot about manifestation. I actually offer a perpetual course, meaning that it is self-paced and online. And you also get support, personal support from me in a group. So that perpetual course is called Make Magic with Mojo. And the magic is the manifestation. And manifestation, if you're not familiar, means creating what you want in your life instead of settling for the same old dookie, right? Nobody likes the same old dookie. Okay, so we will be talking about that. Oh, talking about that, there is, like I said, there is already that program. It's called Make Magic with Mojo. You can go to makemagicwithmojo.com or you can go to mojomedium.com. The main webpage is mojomedium.com. Easy to remember, easy to find. I'll put extra links in the comments below for you, okay? And I want to ask you while I'm at it, if you would please click subscribe while you're here. I want to make sure that I am offering you what you want. Oh, another link I want to give you is a survey that I've been taking about how I can serve you better. I want to know what's bothering you the most. That's the main question. Survey will take less than 2 minutes. I'll put it in the comments. Okay, so you can go over there and check that out, if you would, please. And the rest of the show, we've got a little bit of fluffy stuff, and that's coming up in a minute. And we'll always have fun, and you will always find a sympathetic ear here. And I am determined to be your psychic medium, your woo-woo coach, your best friend, and most of all, your favorite know-it-all. I know at least a little bit about a lot, and I know a lot about a number of things. So feel free to ask. I am not a scientist. I'm not a psychologist. I am not a doctor. I am a philosopher, and I am a psychic medium. So information comes to me, and I call it from my angels and guides or from your angels and guides. We'll get into that a little bit more too in the Philosopher's Corner, which we're not doing this week. Okay, next thing I want to do is a segment we're going to call, like I said, it's going to get slicker next time. Segment we're going to call You Are Worthy, or I Am Worthy. You are worthy. Okay, I sure hope this comes out turned around correctly, because from where I'm sitting, it looks backwards. All right, so this segment is called You Are Worthy. And the reason that I am probably going to have this segment every single week is that it is so important. I used to say, now years ago when I was, as a psychic medium, I'm also a medical intuitive. And that means that I'm sort of like a human x-ray machine. So I can look into your physical body and see what's wrong. But I also relate that to what people call your energetic body. And I just call it the area of your energy that has to do with the illness or injury. And so as a medical intuitive, I look at that. I combine your physical with your emotional, spiritual part. I put them together and tell you what the message is from spirit that's telling you through your body this important message, whatever that may be. So a while back, when I was working on medical intuitive stuff and developing my ability to do that, which was mostly intuitive, but also with the help of Caroline Myss, M-Y-S-S, if you want to look into her, Caroline Myss. She is a medical intuitive, and she wrote a book called Anatomy of the Spirit, and I learned a lot about medical intuition work from that. So at that time, I recognized that the root of an injury, when you boil it all down, it could be about this, it could be about that, your mom, your dad, your boss, your work, your inability to whatever, your lack of whatever. All the illness and injury just boil down to, at the very bottom, not receiving well. Well, what that really comes down to below not receiving well, and we'll get into that some other time, what's below that is not feeling worthy. The lack of worthiness is pretty much the bottom of all the dookie. Sorry, dig deeper for the deeper dookie, and you will find the bedrock of every problem you've got is a lack of worthiness, a fear of not being worthy. And I can tell you all day that you are worthy of love, joy, and abundance. But it takes some effort to really get that to sink in for you. And that's something that we work on in Make Magic with MoJo. We're going to work on in MoJo My Life, which is this upcoming group coaching program, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. So think about that. Just think about that, about being worthy, feeling worthy, believing that you are worthy of having and being and doing what you really love and enjoy. It all starts with feeling worthy, believing you're worthy, behaving as if you know that you are worthy. Behaving as if is big. Fake it till you make it. That's a big one. All righty. So we'll move on to the next segment. And if you will give me just one moment, I want to welcome my MoJo My Life correspondent, Penelope Parker. She is from Pleasant, Texas, in East Texas, and is the winner of Miss Piney Woods 1982. Hold on. I'm coming. Just hold on. Hi. Hi. I'm so glad to see you. When MoJo asked me to come and be on the show, I thought, oh, what a wonderful idea. My name is Penelope Parker. I do, as Mojo said, hail from Pleasant, Texas, in East Texas, which is in what we call the Piney Woods. Part of that is the Big Thicket, and it's part of the Pine Belt, which goes all across the South, all the way to the Atlantic coast. Isn't that cool? So I was named Miss Piney Woods. That's right, 1992. And so the other day I was out shopping in Piney Woods. I think I was in Pleasant. And I think I was at Cato. If you don't shop at Cato, you will. But I ran into my old friend Tracy who's also from Pleasant there. And she said funny thing. She said, Penny, because my old friends called me Penny. My name's Penelope, but Penny's fine. So she goes, Penny, let me ask you something. Why do you wear that sash everywhere you go? And I was like, you mean my Miss Piney Woods sash? I mean, I did win the pageant, Miss Piney Woods. She said, yeah, but why do you wear that sash everywhere? And I said, well, Tracy, you just never know when you're going to run into a fan. And I like to take care of the fans, so I wear my sash. And then you will not believe what she said. She said, well, Penny, then why don't you just wear your tiara too? I was like, Tracy, that would be silly, right? All right. So I just wanted to stop by today, say hi, let you know I'm here. I'm going to be handling, Mojo tells me I'm going to be handling Shop Affordable, Look Adorable, which I'm real good at. So we're going to have some of that. And I'm also going to be handling some viewer questions about etiquette, social situations, like how to deal with spirituality versus religion. Like you're religious and your friend isn't, or you're not and your friend is. How does that work? All that kind of thing. So I'm a little bit philosopher too, but mostly I'm here for Shop Affordable, Look Adorable. Like I said, check out Cato Fashions. All right, till next week. I hope I'll be back next week, but I'll see you soon. Bye. And Mojo's back. Hi, how are you? That was a fun one, wasn't it? All righty, let's go on to our next segment. We're going to do spooky stories. That's right. I said spooky stories. Now, spooky stories or Dead On, I could call it Dead On. Dead On is a book I wrote actually, Dead On, Spirited Stories from a Medium's Diary. So I also call those spooky stories. So we're going to have this segment. Sometimes it will be, like I said, we're going to have different segments. I've got so many topics for you. But the spooky stories will be me telling you about a spooky story, something that has happened in my practice as a psychic medium. So this one was very, very cool. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was going to tell you one story and then I got, tell that story instead. This is my favorite. It's my favorite. Back in the day, I used to have my clients come to my home in Austin, where I used to live. I now live in Houston. And clients would come to my home and I would spend, as much time as it took to go through all of their chakras and their health and then talk to their late loved ones, whom I called their RIPs, by the way. And I would sit there for a long time. So this gentleman came over. I don't remember his name. I'll call him Bob. And his wife had died, and we'll call her Jane. Jane is my favorite fake name because I don't know anybody named Jane. If your name is Jane, that's a lovely name. So, all right, so Bob's wife, Jane, had passed away. And that was one of the main things that Bob came to see me about. So in my pre-reading meditation, which I always do, I heard the word pansy in my mind's ear, pansy. And I thought, I wonder if that's somebody's name or maybe it's Patsy and I misunderstood. So as soon as he got there, as soon as Bob arrived, I said, listen, does the flower or the name pansy or Patsy mean anything? No, I don't think so. And I started thinking, it was pansy. I said, do you know what a pansy is? It's those purple flowers that look like they have a face, like with a little mustache. You know what a pansy is? And he was just like, I don't know. And so in my mind's eye, I'm seeing this like gardens full of purple pansies. And I'm like, It's a purple flower with a face. Okay, it's a purple flower with a face. You understand what I mean? A purple flower with a face. It's a purple flower with a face. And he kept saying, I'm sorry, I just don't know what you're talking about. So, okay, let's move on. And we did. And we went on and we talked to his grandparents, which was really neat. Does not apply here. Okay, I'm supposed to skip over that part. So, come to the end of the reading. It was about an hour and a half later, maybe longer than that, an hour and 45 minutes maybe. And Bob said, you know what? You were talking to me earlier about the purple flower with a face. And I said, yes. And he said, well, when my wife, Jane, was in the hospital, someone sent her a flower that's like a stuffed animal. So I'm like, okay, trying to picture this. It's like a stuffed animal, but it's in the shape of a flower. So it's, puffy and fuzzy, right? Okay. It's a stuffed animal in the shape of a flower. He said it's got purple petals and a smiley face in the middle. A purple flower with a face. And not only was that given to his wife while she was in the hospital, but after her passing, he hung that on the wall in the bedroom. And every morning he said hello to it and thought of Jane as he saw that and said hello. Yeah, he later sent me a picture of it, which I'll find one of these days and put it up. So the purple flower with a face turned out to be literally a purple flower with a face. And it was on his wall in his bedroom. He saw it every day and thought of his wife. Cool spooky story, right? Like I said, that's my favorite. There are spooky stories on my blog at mojomedium.com. If you would like to just read some, feel free. Okay. All right. Next segment. Let's see. We talked to Penelope. We did spooky stories. You know what? For our first show, I think that's plenty. Now, the last thing I want to tell you is about MoJo My Life. As I mentioned earlier, I am creating a coaching group, where we will interact in a closed forum, probably on Facebook. And then we will also have 2 Zoom meetings a month to do group coaching, Q&A, hotspot coaching, that sort of thing. Okay. We're going to be talking about how to mojo your life, which means bringing out what's important about you, finding your talents, finding what you love to do, and learning to use them in service, not servitude, to others. And there is a difference. We will talk about that as well. Anyway, we're going to start that group on August 1st, but I want to give you the chance to get in this month. Now, I don't have it set up yet. I don't. So watch this space because I'm going to announce it very soon. Hopefully this week I will have time, in spite of all the family stuff, which I love my family and I love being able to help them. So hopefully this week I will have time to get that page ready so that you can go straight to mojomylife.com and check it all out, okay? And see if you want to get in, because I really want you to get in at the introductory price. It's going to start at $33 a month, and then it's going to go up incrementally $11 until it gets to $99 a month. So you'll definitely want to stay tuned, right? Stay tuned to get in, and we're going to have such a great time. It's going to be so awesome. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, excellent, excellent. I'm working on a sign-off, and I came up with a really good one. I mean, there's like MoJo signing off, but there was something. This is my MoJo My Life book right here. I've got all my notes. So I came up with a fantastic way to sign off. And like I told you, I haven't had time to make this slick. This is just, our first foray into MoJo My Life show. Okay, dadgum. Another segment on yes, but. Ooh, the yes, but segment is a good one. Okay. I'm just going to have to say, I'm MoJo signing off, and I cannot wait until next time. And I can't wait to read your comments. Be sure to tell your friends about it. And remember, click subscribe because you want to be here. We've got this big stuff coming up. Okay? Okay. If you've been wondering where I've been on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anything else, now you know. I've been working on this. See you soon. MoJo signing off. Ta-ta.